Hello and welcome to episode 25 of Green Herb Gaming. Is VR the future? That is the question I am asking in this latest episode of Green Herb Gaming. So let's get right to it. VR, virtual reality. I experienced virtual reality on 2 occasions, and my opinion on it is the future of entertainment. Yes, in my opinion, VR is the future of entertainment. Not just video games, but entertainment in general. As I said, I experienced VR on 2 occasions, and on both those occasions, I was absolutely blown away by virtual reality. You know, if you think of standard entertainment, standard digital entertainment, okay? Take this game, for instance, Final Fantasy 15. Right now I'm looking at my TV screen, and I can see the car that I'm driving, I can see the road ahead of me, I can see the scenery around me. You know, I'm moving the right analog stick to move the camera around and to get a view of the world around me. But if I physically move my head up in the physical real world, I see a ceiling above me. If I look down, I see a floor. If I look to my left, I see a fireplace. If I look to my right, I can see my window and my curtains. When you put on a virtual reality headset, you are literally transformed into a world. So if you physically look up, you will see this sky. This gorgeous sky. You look to your left, you will see these mountains and scenery. You look to your right, you will see a little car in the distance. You look down, you will see the road. I'll give you another example. One of the VR experiences that I experienced was PlayStation VR, and it was actually a demo of this like football type game, okay? And essentially, like, you were on this football pitch, and I was headering balls into a net. And again, I look up and I see a starry sky. Physically look up now. Move my head up and I can see a sky. I look down and I see the actual pitch. I look to my left and I see a training dummy. I look to my right and I see a scoreboard. You can't get that experience, you can't get that feeling looking at a standard TV screen. You can only get that experience on virtual reality. So that's my opinion on virtual reality. I think it's the future of not only gaming but entertainment in general, because the experience you get, the experience I got from virtual reality is absolutely groundbreaking, and it is so different to standard entertainment. It's one thing to look at a TV screen and have the world around you, but the real world around you. It's another thing altogether when you strap on a virtual reality headset and you are in that world. You know, right now I'm looking at a world. I'm looking at the world of Final Fantasy 15. When you throw on a virtual reality headset, you are in that world. So I don't want to go on too much about my opinions on virtual reality, my experiences of virtual reality, but what I will say, oh, I'm going to crash into a truck. What I'm going to say, sorry, oh lads, smashing my car up. You idiot! You stupid idiot! Watch where you're going! God damn it. So I absolutely love virtual reality. I've experienced it twice, as I said, and I really genuinely feel that it is the future of entertainment in general, not just gaming, because of the fact that it's just such a different experience to what's out there right now. I know, so moving away from my opinion. Unfortunately, the state of VR, the state of virtual reality is not in a very good place. VR isn't taken off as well as what the VR companies would have wanted it to. I'm looking at sales figures right now. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone and driving at the same time. It's not safe, is it? Okay, I'm going to hit you with a little... don't you dare crash into me again, truck. I'm going to hit you with a few sales stats here. Okay. Sony have lowered their sales forecast of the PlayStation VR from 2.6 million to 750. They've lowered their sales forecast from 2.6 million. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm just looking at this there, and this doesn't make any sense. I think it was a misprint here, because this doesn't make... I'm going to read it out as it is on the article here. The PS VR sales forecast is down from 2.6 million to 750,000 million. Now, I'm not the best at maths, but I'm pretty sure that 750,000 million is more than 2.6 million. But I'm pretty sure what the article means is it's down from 2.6 million to 750,000. I think is what it means. So Sony obviously expected PlayStation VR to do better than what it actually is doing right now. Oculus Rift sales are still worse though. Same goes for HTC Vive sales. So sales of PlayStation VR and VR in general from the other companies are not doing very well. So that is unfortunate. That does affect. I mean, me personally, I do think that PlayStation VR and VR in general is the future. I love it, but its sales are going to determine, whether or not it is going to be the future or not. Sales are everything. So, and the reason why, I suppose, one of the reasons why sales are not as high, sales of VR are not as high, is because a lot of people have a lot of concerns about VR. One of those concerns is some people just don't want to be playing, a full game. A full console quality game. Take like Resident Evil 7 for instance, from start to finish in VR. Some people just like the more traditional console approach. Some people just want to be looking at their HD TV or their 4K TV, whatever TV they have. They just want to sit in their living room, they want to sit in their couch, they want to hold a joypad in their hand and just play a video game on their TV. Some people just want to do that. Some people don't want to be, having this headset on them for like, hours straight, and some people have gotten headaches, and some people have literally gotten travel sickness, and some people don't want to be playing VR non-stop for hours. You're recommended to take breaks. Some people just don't take breaks. I personally don't take. I mean, I remember when I got the 3DS, it said to take breaks every 15 minutes. I didn't take a break. I never took a break, and some people are getting travel sickness playing the 3DS as well. So not everyone is going to take a break. So my point is, some people just don't want to play virtual reality for hours in. So when you have games like Resident Evil 7, being playable from start to finish in VR, not a lot of people want that. Me personally, I want to stress this point. Me personally, I absolutely love virtual reality. I love PlayStation VR, and I want to play Resident Evil 7 from start to finish. I'm just addressing other people's concerns, because a lot of people have concerns about PlayStation VR, and this has affected the state of VR and sales, more importantly, of VR. That is why Sony have dropped their sales forecast of the PlayStation VR from 2.6 million to 750,000. Concerns like they just do not want to have that headset on them from start to finish in the game. You know, and other concerns as well. I mean, some people have reported, travel sickness. Some people, you know, who have glasses, you know, can't even use PlayStation VR effectively. And I suppose that the elephant in the room really here is price. Yes, technically PlayStation VR is your cheapest option, but there's a reason why it's your cheapest option. It's because it doesn't have the same technical specs as an Oculus Rift or a HTC. You know, but it's far from cheap. I mean, it is far from cheap. I mean, separate to the PS4 console, which you need obviously to experience PlayStation VR, you are paying €400 for the VR set, right? On top of that, you need a PlayStation camera, which is going to cost you a good amount of money. You are going to need PlayStation Move controllers, which I have heard are very hard to come across. They've been understocked. So it's a lot of money, and that's another concern that people have with PlayStation VR in specific. This isn't VR now in general here, this is just PlayStation VR is a concern. So that's just an example of some of the concerns that people have on VR, and the last concern there was specifically PlayStation VR. But I think the overall concern people have with VR is that just really, I'm going backwards, I'm going in circles here, don't take any notice of me, just enjoy the music. So people have a lot of concerns, and obviously, as I said, that has affected overall sales of VR, specifically PlayStation VR. So that brings me to my final part of this episode of Green Herb Gaming. Thanks actually, by the way, for watching this. I have an idea. If I do say so myself, I have a fantastic idea. If I do say so myself, and it all originates from a patent that Nintendo recently filed. A patent for a VR headset in which the Nintendo Switch system slots into, and you detach the two controllers that are attached to this Switch, detach them, and basically they become your controllers while the VR headset is attached to your head. And as I said, the Switch, anyone who isn't familiar with the Switch, is Nintendo's next home console. It's portable. It's got its own screen that you can take with you. So it's got its own screen. So you will attach this screen into the VR headset. Now Nintendo have patented this. I'm going to run out of fuel. I'm going to have to tow my car.
Everybody out.
So yeah, Nintendo have patented this. It's not official. It's not released or anything. It's just a patent. Sometimes you have to take no notice at all of patents. Sometimes patents mean nothing. But Nintendo nonetheless have patented their own virtual reality headset. And I think it's very, very, very interesting indeed, because of their approach. It's very similar to mobile phone VR. Very, very similar. Like basically what mobile phone VR is, the actual mobile phone is the VR system. Okay? Like if you look at, Oculus Rift and HTC, they rely on computers, PCs, as the actual system. And then you have the actual headset that, that connects to your computer. And, PlayStation VR, obviously your PlayStation 4, well, there's a little power box that comes with PlayStation VR as well, but those two combined, that is the VR system. Whereas with mobile phones, the actual mobile phone itself is the system. The screen is the screen, and then you slot that phone into you know, these headsets you can get. So in one case, there's a cardboard fucking box that you put on your head, for God's sake. That is literally all you need to experience VR in I think it's Samsung. If I'm wrong, no, I think it's Samsung's phone. That's all you need to experience VR in that case. So it's the way it's set up is fantastic because you don't need to buy anything else. I mean, if you have this phone, you know, you pay money for the phone. Do you know what I mean? You pay money for the phone. Like, if you pay €400 for PSVR, you're paying €400 for VR. You know, if you pay whatever it is for your phone, you're paying that because you're getting a phone. You with me? You're paying that because you're getting a phone with my car. Because you're refueling my car. You're paying that because you're getting a phone. Again, PlayStation VR, you're paying €400 just for the VR, whereas you pay money for a phone, you're paying it for, you know, it's a phone. If you want a phone, you pay for a phone. Then you just buy this very, very, very cheap headset. You know, you want to talk about cheap VR? Cheap VR.
All pretty again.
VR
Take
headsets.
care of her, you hear?
Are the VR headsets for phones? That's cheap. So basically, this patent that Nintendo has filed is very, 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 very similar to mobile phone VR, in that you just presume if they do go ahead with it, I presume you go and you just buy this
Time to go.
headset, and then you just slot your Switch into it, and you can experience VR. And as I said, you can detach these controllers. They're called Joy-Cons, by the way, detachable controllers for the Switch, and that's how you would experience VR. No, so that's just the patent that Nintendo has filed. Now, my idea comes from that patent. Like, obviously, as I said, sales of VR are actually very, very low, and Sony have, you know, cut their sales forecast for PlayStation VR from 2.6 million to 750,000, because a lot of people have a lot of concerns, and Nintendo included. Nintendo have been very public about their concerns for VR. They don't feel that it's, you know, they feel it's not a massive thing right now. It's not something that they're actually massively looking into. But nonetheless, they have patented this headset. So what I reckon Nintendo are doing is they're watching very closely. They're watching the sales of VR. They're listening to the concerns that people have for VR, and I really think that at some point in the future, based off the reaction to VR and all of those concerns that people have in sales, I think that is how Nintendo are going to approach their version of VR if they do decide to manufacture this headset, this VR headset. It'll be based off those concerns and those reactions. So to get to the point, my idea, because one of the concerns that people have is that they don't want to be playing a game from start to finish in VR. They want to have their traditional console experience. So my idea is you would not be having a VR experience from start to finish, but it would be like a feature of the game. It would be certain parts of the game would be experienced in VR, not the entire game, just parts of the game. Like, VR would be a feature of the system. VR would be a feature of the game. It wouldn't be its own thing. Like, right now, PlayStation VR is its own thing. It acts as its own thing. You know, it's an accessory. It acts as its own thing. But I think that what Nintendo could do with the Switch is they could make VR a feature, something that you can add into the game. Anyway, look, the best way I can describe it is, because I came up with this idea early on today, that's why I made the video, is take Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and let's just say that, you know, Link meets this mysterious character, this old, like, this wise man, you know, just appears out of nowhere, very early on in Link's adventure. And he informs Link that he is this old wise man. He is as old as Hyrule itself, and You know, he is here to tell Link that he has this amazing destiny to save Hyrule, and you know, his ancestor, you know, his ancestor is the legendary hero of time, and blah blah blah. And basically, he's there to give Link all of these memories and all of this knowledge, and prepare him for his destiny. So my point is, anyway, not to go on too much, my point is, this mysterious character would give Link this device that he puts on his head. And you, as the player, what you're putting on your head is this VR headset. You slot your Switch into it, because the great thing about the Switch is you can take it with you. Okay, so you're playing on your TV, your Switch is beside your TV in its docking system. You take it out, you put it into the handheld, you put it into the VR headset, and you are sucked into this world. You're no longer looking at a TV screen. You're no longer the player. You're no longer the player looking at a TV screen. You are now Link, and you are now in this weird world, and you're seeing all these things around you. You look around you, and you can see these, I don't know, past memories of Link. What the hell was that? So what the hell was that? I don't know what the hell that was. Sorry about that. Someone just crashed into a fucking ditch and just died. Sorry about that. Good Christ. So I want to stress this point though. So you have the VR headset on you, and you are now Link. You're inside this world, because as I described early on in the video to the best of my ability, is when you have a VR headset on you, you are inside the world. You physically move your head around, and you will physically see that world. You are in that world, man. That's all I can say. You are in that world. So let's say you're in the mind now of Link, and you are seeing what Link is seeing. You're seeing the memories that are being implanted into Link's mind, and you're seeing Link's destiny, and you're seeing all these visions in real time, in a real virtual reality world. So moments like that will happen throughout The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. But it wouldn't be the entire game. It wouldn't be from start to finish. Just little moments like that. I can't think of any precise other moments you can get, but just like, you know, just little moments like that. You know, little 15, 20-minute moments, you know, throughout the game. That is my idea for virtual reality in video games. That is my solution to the problem that VR faces. And I think no better company to deliver that solution than Nintendo. And they already have, as I said, they already filed this patent for a VR headset, so it's official. Like, I mean, they have patented this. Now, it's not official that this is going to happen, because sometimes patents don't go anywhere. I mean, who could, beyond the patent, I mean, companies can make announcements and things will not happen. I mean, look at the late great Iwata's, that finger thing that he came up with, the vitality sensor. I mean, that went nowhere. So there's no guarantee that this will happen. But I'm just basing it from a patent. And the interesting thing is, I now have a track record. Of accurately predicting things based on a patent. Johnny of Green Herb Gaming, accurately predicted the concept for the Nintendo Switch. Long before the internet was talking about console handheld hybrids. I am telling you for a fact. This is true. I accurately predicted the concept for the Nintendo Switch based off a patent. This iconic patent that everyone remembers, when there was this gaming system without an optical disc drive. No, while the whole world was talking about, oh, this is going to be a digital-only console, doom and gloom, I looked at it from a different approach, and I said the reason why, maybe at the time, I said maybe the reason why it doesn't have an optical disc drive is because its media is actually cartridge-based. And the reason why, there was also a patent describing the controller with a display screen. I said maybe the reason it's got a control, maybe the controller has a display screen because you can actually take this thing with you and have your games on the go. So long story short, I accurately predicted the concept of the Nintendo Switch based off a patent. So I am now basing my cool, fantastic idea for VR off this patent that Nintendo have actually filed. So again, like what my idea basically is VR gaming, but not to the extent of PlayStation VR, not to the extent of the Oculus Rift, because all of those are VR experiences from start to finish, like entirely VR. And you can see, I mean, sales speak louder than anything. I mean, sales will speak louder than anything. If the sales aren't there, then, you know, companies won't support it. Consumers obviously are not supporting it if it's not fucking selling. You know, so it doesn't have any support if it doesn't have sales. So obviously VR in its current state isn't doing very well. And, you know, people have voiced their concern and opinions. So the only real solution to that problem is to offer a different kind of VR, and I really think that no better company to do it than Nintendo. And this patent for their own VR headset could very well be that solution, as I said, by offering you like bite-sized versions of virtual reality, like not an entire game from start to finish in VR, but just little moments in that game where for 15-20 minutes you are sucked into a virtual reality world. So I'm gonna like summarize, recap this video. I'm gonna park in here
Everybody out.
just to make the video look good at the end, you know. So this just to recap, this is been my little discussion video on virtual reality. So I've discussed my opinion on virtual reality. I honestly think that virtual reality as a whole is groundbreaking. It goes beyond anything that's ever happened in digital entertainment. It goes beyond TV, it goes beyond color TV, it goes beyond HD. It goes beyond anything, because, you know, with current digital entertainment like TVs and cinema and stuff like that, laptop, gaming devices, you're looking at a screen. Okay, you're looking at the game world, you know, from a third person view. Like you are physically here. You can look at yourself, you can look at the world around you, and then you look at the TV screen, and that's where the world is. It's on this TV screen. That is the only place where the world is. The world of Final Fantasy 15 right now is on a screen, but the real world around you exists. Virtual reality, when you put on the virtual reality headset, you are inside that world, and if you physically move your head up, you will see that sky, that starry sky. If you physically look down, you will see that road. If you physically look left, you will see the scenery to your left. If you look right, you will see your amazing looking car, and you can look behind, you can see the road behind you. You will not see your living room, you will not see your fireplace, you will not see anything other than the world. A 3D view, virtual reality view of a real a real virtual world that you are inside. That is virtual reality, and I think you'd have to be daft in the head not to say that isn't the future of entertainment, in my opinion. That is the future of entertainment. It is beyond anything ever been done before. It's amazing. I experienced VR twice. That's why I can give my opinion. Some people like to give their opinion on things and call it shit and call it fantastic. This is the best thing in the world. This is the worst thing in the world, and they've never experienced it. I hate people like that. I experienced VR twice, and that is why I can give my opinion, and that is why I genuinely believe that it is the future of entertainment. It is groundbreaking, because it just goes beyond anything. It goes beyond TV, because you're not looking at a TV, you're in the fucking TV. That is virtual reality. That is virtual reality, and that is why I think it's absolutely amazing, and that is what I think is the future of entertainment. I also spoke about the state of VR in relation to sales. Again, I want to point out this crazy stat that Sony have lowered their sales forecast of the PlayStation VR down from 2.6 million to 750,000. So Sony were a bit shocked. They were shocked by the reaction that PlayStation VR got. Not a lot of people picked up and bought it, because a lot of people have their concerns about PlayStation VR. A lot of people feel that they just don't like they just don't like the difference. They don't like the change that VR is. They want to play their games in the traditional way. I mean, The Last of Us 2 got announced there recently, and a massive massive praise that got, and people are looking forward to playing that game. I don't think a lot of people want to put on a headset, and play that game from start to finish. I think they want to play that game the way they played Last of Us 1. They don't want to be, putting on a headset and getting travel sickness, because they've been playing it for 3 hours straight. And I think that there's one company who is watching all this and who is listening to all of these reactions and looking at all these sales, and that's Nintendo. They're launching their new dedicated home gaming system in March, the world's first portable console, and only in the last couple of days they patented their version of a virtual reality headset. Now, it mightn't go anywhere, but if it does go somewhere, they're going to design this based off the reaction to current VR technology, people's concerns and the sales. And I think they're going to do this amazing idea that I came up with. They're going to give you bite-size VR experiences. They're not going to make a VR game. They're going to make a game that has VR features. Like that example I gave there early on about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where Link is transformed into this like he's almost like getting a premonition. Or as Broken My Heart, he would say, a premonition, a vision, of his past. So, you will see the character Link put on this headset, but you as the player are also putting on this headset, and then you are transformed into this bizarre world for about 15-20 minutes, and you take it off and you continue the game for another 2 or 3 hours, and then then there's another segment where you put on the virtual reality headset. So that is how I would that's the solution. Now, me personally, I would play a game from start to finish in VR. I would take breaks if I had to take breaks. I don't see any issue. To be honest with you, I don't see any issue with virtual reality at all. That's my opinion. I don't see any issue at all. But there are people out there who do have issues, opinions and concerns, and obviously, sales have spoken. I mean, to give you an example, I will end the video on this note, okay? I will end the video on this note. I'm boring him to death now. I always do this in my videos. I'm boring him to death. I have a Nintendo Wii U, and I actually think it's an amazing console. I really enjoy that console. I love the concept of it. I think it's amazing. I think the first time being able to play a game like, God, let me give an example. I'm going to say Mass Effect 3. I'm not the biggest fan of Mass Effect or Mass Effect 3, but I'm just going to give an example of that game because it's popped into my head playing it. Like my mother was next to me and she was watching the Late Late Show on TV, right? Being able to continue playing Mass Effect 3 on a controller screen. I'm sitting right next to her, and I got my headphones on, and she's watching fucking Ryan Turbiddy fucking introduce fucking Donald Trump or whoever the fuck, and I'm sitting right next to her, and I'm playing Mass Effect 3 on my controller. Like that is just, to me, that still is amazing. But it's the worst selling console in history, or at least one of the worst selling consoles in history. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I loved it, but it doesn't affect, like, I'm just one person. Obviously, like, other people out there didn't like the Wii U, didn't understand the Wii U, didn't get the Wii U, and that resulted in its sales. So sales will speak, and third parties didn't support the Wii U because of sales, and sales will speak volumes. Whether we like it or not, sales will speak volumes. You can give a game 10 out of 10, but if 10 people buy the game, then it's not going to fucking do very well, is it? So sales are everything, man. They really are everything. But my personal, I'm fucking boring him to death. Shut the fuck up. Don't you fucking yawn. Don't you yawn. I fucking push you into that fucking ditch and never again seeing your fucking right, you prick. But yeah, sales are everything. I love VR and I love the Wii U, but they're down in sales, so something has to be kind of done to change that up a little bit. Anyway, that was my little VR discussion of VR, my little cool idea. Let me know what you think of my idea. Let me know what you think of Nintendo's latest patent for the Switch, their own version of their VR headset. Just let me know. I don't know, maybe it was a shit video, good video, average video. What always happens, I always have this idea in my head of what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say, and then you know, I fucking switch on the PS4, put in my headset, and press broadcast, and then like, hello, welcome to episode 25 of Green Herb Gaming, and then I just fucking just completely go blank and just blah 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 blah. Whatever comes out, and fucking hope for the best, really. Like, you know what I mean? That's really my episodes of you know, PewDiePie would probably fucking, you know, spend fucking 50 fucking hours, you know, putting one fucking video together, like, you know. As I always say, I am PewDiePie. I don't want to be PewDiePie. I couldn't give a fuck about PewDiePie. I couldn't give a fuck about any fucking thing to do with that kind of shite. I am who I am. Whether I get fucking 0 views or 1 million fucking views, I couldn't give a shite. I couldn't give a shite, to be honest with you. So, that has been episode 25 of Green Herb Gaming, my little VR discussion, my little cool idea. I want to just end the video by saying that I do personally think that VR is the future of entertainment. There is nothing out there like it, and I would challenge anyone, I don't care who the fuck it is, I challenge you right now in the comment section to disagree with me. Try to disagree with me. Name one thing that is better than virtual reality in the area of digital entertainment. I challenge you. I will end the video with that challenge. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.